हेलो गाइस, कैसे हो आप लोग? वेलकम बैक टू माय चैनल टेकीज टॉक. My name is Fahim Ahmed and I'm here with new kind of stuffs for you. Thank you so much guys for showing such a support and enthusiasm. I'm quite happy with the response I'm getting from viewer. So if you haven't subscribed the channel yet, please do so. So let's get started. In today's video, we will explore few features and importance of GitHub in the life of tech geeks like us. So GitHub is a website for developers and programmers to collaborate and work on code. So the primary benefit of GitHub is its version control system, which allows for seamless collaboration without compromising the integrity of the original project. So the project on GitHub are examples of open source software. So without wasting time, we will be talking about how to work with multiple developers on a single code base. So in order to understand GitHub collaboration, we have to understand how to generate a pull request and how an owner can merge those pull requests. So let's try to understand it theoretically first, and then we will see the practical implementation of the same concept. So if we talk about GitHub, GitHub is nothing but a place where you can store your files similar to Google Drive. Now the difference between Google Drive and GitHub is, on GitHub you are supposed to store your code files with multiple developers that are on GitHub, and you can collaborate with those developers as well. So those developers, if they want, they can contribute to your source code as well. Now let's try to talk about this scenario where this person, owner of the repository, is having an account with this username on github.com. Let's say this person wants to create or host some project on github.com. So the name of this project on github.com is the test project. So this person is the owner of this repository right now. Let's try to understand how any other person in the world can collaborate and contribute to this source code. Now let's assume this is the another person with this username on GitHub. Let's say this person 2 is interested in this code that was written by person 1. He cannot directly change the source code in the repository. So first of all, he has to create a copy of this code on his account. Now, this process is called as forking a GitHub repository. After this person has copied the complete source code, he can do all the required changes on this code, and after that he can simply request the owner of the original repository to update the source code with all changes. So this kind of request is called as pull request. Now, this owner can simply review and update the code with the desired changes if it thinks all the changes are good. Alright, so this is the complete workflow of how GitHub collaboration works. Now, let's try to understand this complete concept again with this diagram. So let's say a person 1, who is the owner of this repository, hosts a project on GitHub, or basically stores a project on GitHub. Now assume person 2, who is interested in contributing towards that project. So he can simply go ahead and copy that project. We call it as a forking the project. Then he will make all the desired changes. After making all the desired changes, he can request the owner to update the code base. So this concept thing is called generating the pull request. Now person 1, the owner of the repository, he will get the notification with the changes that were made by the person 2. Now this person, the owner of the repository, he can go ahead and review the code changes that were made by person 2, and he can merge the pull request. Basically, he can make the changes to the original code base. Now let's try to understand it practically. So we will directly go to GitHub website. If you already have an account, it's well and good. If not, we will straight away create a GitHub account. So this is how GitHub website look like. So let's start by signing up. So here it's asking for email ID. We'll just quickly put this, and we'll continue. And now enter the password. So password must be strong, and let's continue. And now you have to find a unique username. So just put the username. Okay, so this username is available, and we will continue. Now you can opt out from the email preference. I will put N for no and continue. Now you will be asked to verify your account. So let's verify the account by solving this puzzle. So let's start the puzzle. So in the puzzle we have to pick up the spiral galaxy. So okay, yeah, okay, yes, done. Okay, now click on create account. Now it's asking you to verify your email account. I'll just quickly put the OTP which I have received on my email ID. I'll just quickly finish it out. So once you verify your email, the page will reload and your interface will look like something will look like this. So for the time being, we skip the things on this page. So this is what your home page look like. So let's proceed to your profile. So you will have to click up to the right corner at your profile icon, because I haven't set any profile image yet. It will give me the default one. So let's switch to your profile. So this opens my profile section. So this is how the profile will look like initially after creating your account. So you can customize your profile as you want. So this is the best part of the GitHub, like you can customize your profile as you want. So this freedom you have been given. Now let's proceed further and let's create a new repository. For creating a new repository, just click on the plus icon here and click on create a new repository. And here it is asking you to name the repository. So let's name it test project. So as long as you don't have repository with the same name inside your GitHub account, you can proceed to create one. Now the description is optional. If you want, you can add. I will just skip this. Now it gives you two options to choose from. Either you can make your repository public or private. So if you make it public, anyone can see, and if you choose private, you can control who can see this. So I'll keep this as public. Now you can initialize this repository with readme file. Yeah, so these three options are completely optional. Let's skip git ignore for now, and you can also choose license. If I enable this option, you will see that a list of licenses appears in front of me, right? So but we don't want any license for this repository. Let's uncheck this option. Now let's proceed and click on create repository. Yes, it's that easy, and Git repository has been created. So this is how a GitHub repository looks like. So you can see the GitHub username followed by repository name. Yeah, so this is a readme file. It always has an extension .md that stands for markdown. I will advise you to always create a readme file with your repository, as it will make your repository more presentable and easy to understand. Now let's understand how this works on GitHub Desktop. So let's collaborate with your teammates on GitHub Desktop. For that, we need to install GitHub Desktop on your PC. I'm gonna try to guide you step by step about this easy installation, but if you need some kind of guidance, I'll be here for you. So alright, let's go ahead and try to do this. And as you can see, this is the official website of the GitHub Desktop and the path where you can download the software. So how you can find this? You just have to go to the Google, look for the GitHub Desktop and download it from here. So the complete installation guide link is dropped in the description, or you can check the I button. So you can go through it. Once the installation is successfully done, you can see the GitHub desktop dashboard like this. So there are multiple functionalities provided here. You can explore it later. I'll try to show you how you can exactly collaborate on GitHub. So without wasting time, we'll just go to the owner repository which we have created just now. So just check your repository section to reach there. So this is the test project repository, and here readme.md file. I'll try to upload a test HTML file in order to show you how collaboration works. So just drag and drop it here and commit changes. You can see that the test HTML file has been added to your repository. So once you are done, just go to the setting and click on manage access. Like in here, you can decide who and all can access and make changes to this repository. So just click on invite a collaborator and put email address of the person whom you want to collaborate, right? So just make sure he has a GitHub account attached with this email ID. So once you are done, click to add email ID to this repository and you can see this person is added and the invitation is pending. So the second person has to accept the invite sent to their email ID. So just accept the invitation what that they have received on their email ID and then proceed. Once invitation is accepted, now you can go to File and choose Clone Repository. And in here you will see multiple sections like github.com, GitHub Enterprise, URL. But we will choose URL section. In here you have to put the URL address of the repository which you want to collaborate. So we will just go to the profile of the owner repository and copy the link address. Paste the URL here and now choose the path or location in your local machine where you want to save this repository. So I will just choose the path and select the folder where I want to save this and click on clone. Now test projects repository is being cloned. Alright, you are all set. Now you can make changes or add files or codes to the test project repository. So you can see the exact copy of files and codes on GitHub desktop as an owner repository. You can just compare the code if you want. It's the replica of the original code. Now I will make some changes in the code saved in my repository, and I'll just add one line of code. So this is the tester repository added, and once you have added the code, you just save it and go to the GitHub desktop. So here you can see the changes made by you. So the plus sign indicate this line has been added, and finally you just have to commit to main in order to update the changes in source code repository. So just click on commit. Once commit is done, push the changes to the original repository. So I'll just click on the push origin and it's done. So this is the complete workflow of how GitHub collaboration works. You can confirm the changes you made by checking the repository in owner's profile. So here you can see the code, what we added in our local machine is updated to the owner repository. So this way multiple developers can work on single repository by collaborating with them. So guys, I hope this video was informative and helpful to you. Please like the video and subscribe the channel. See you in the next video soon. For now, take care and stay safe. Bye bye.